Hi, I'm Alan Paul, and I'm the artistic director of Barrington Stage Company. It's pretty momentous for me today because I'm announcing my first season. When I started the job, I wrote you all to ask you what sparks joy when you think of Barrington Stage. And you sent me your thoughts and responses. And that helped me pick the plays, the musicals, and the new works which I'm going to produce this summer. Turns out, we have a lot in common. I'm thrilled to begin the season with a true, authentic human story. It's called The Happiest Man on Earth, and it is a world premiere by our great writer, Mark St. Germain. It's based on a book by Eddie Jacque, where he details how he survived 2 concentration camps during World War II and lived to the ripe old age of 101. It's a story that teaches us a lot about hope. Of course, I won't forget the musicals. I'm going to open my first season with a musical that I love, which is Cabaret. It has some of the greatest songs ever of the 20th century, and I hope to make a production that is really, really relevant and exciting. I will produce a second world premiere in my first season. The play is by Mike Liu, and it's called Tiny Father, and it's based on Mike's experience in a hospital's neonatal intensive care unit. The play follows Daniel, whose child is born 14 weeks early, and Daniel really learns what it means to be a father. Pearl Cleage's beautiful play, Blues for an Alabama Sky, follows 4 friends who live in the same apartment block in Harlem about 100 years ago at the height of the Harlem Renaissance. And it follows what happens when a young man from Alabama comes to the city and shakes up their life in interesting ways. Well, of course I'm going to produce a musical by Bill Finn. A New Brain is a really personal musical about a songwriter named Gordon Schwinn who survives a life-threatening emergency and comes out on the other side with a new lease on life. It's about second chances. It's about taking stock of your life. And most importantly, it's about finding gratitude for the moment and for the gift of being alive. We close the St. Germain season with Brian Friel's masterpiece, Faith Healer. The play revolves around the faith healer, Frank Hardy, as he recounts his successes and failures traveling through the Welsh and Scottish countryside. The most important call I made this summer was to founding artistic director Julie Boyd, because I really wanted her to be a part of the first season. And she so graciously said she would direct Faith Healer. So I'm delighted to have Julie joining us. It's also an honor to be able to include Gretchen Egoff, Mark H. Dold, and Chris Invar in this production. We are doing one last show on the Boyd Quinson stage this fall, but I'm not yet ready to tell you what that title is, so you're going to have to wait just a little bit longer. But in the meantime, I want to quote Bill Finn and A New Brain. You got to have heart and music. Heart and music make a song. Heart and music also make a season. So I promise you a lot of heart, a lot of music, and I look forward to seeing you at the theater.